It's game time. The Kid Gowie. Ravens Nation. All we know is purple and black. And if you're not a Ravens fan, Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium, where opponents don't make it out alive unless we bury them. Every team be afraid of them, especially all the quarterbacks, cause our defensive linemen won't hesitate to leave you sacked. Let's take a minute, go back to Super Bowl 35. Domination was an understatement up against the Giants. Numerous touchdowns, they put up numbers, and it didn't take a nutritionist to see they hunger. Only stat Kerry Collins could get was interceptions. He must have thought throwing to the D counted as receptions. The pass was legendary, but don't sleep on the present. Our secondary make quarterbacks avoid their direction. You tryna run the ball, you better hope your blockers work. You can juke, you can spin, but your destination's the turf. This is a man's game, being soft will get you hurt. Watch the defense force a fumble and the fans go berserk. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go! They always win when the championship's on the line. So if you hoping that they failed, then you really wasting your time. Go and ask the 49ers, I'm pretty sure they remember when they made a comeback, but weren't declared the winners. 2 rings down, but you know they won't stop now. If the opposing D's caught slipping, you know exactly how that goes. That's another deep connection for 6 points in the end zone. The stadium goes wacko as Ravens put in work. Pittsburgh Steelers, that still curtain is looking more like a skirt. So tell me who they say is gonna beat them Bengals? Who used to be the Browns until they relocated? Ravens, they are one of the greatest. There's simply no denying it. To beat them, bringing your A game's a requirement. With the youth of the team, I bet they still be dominant, even after the greatest linebacker's retirement. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go!
Welcome to another edition SCG Sport, coming you live on Monday, Victory Monday, which is the best type of Mondays. Right after a fresh W. Come on, guys. Shout out to everybody who's here. Let me just do a quick roll call of the people that I've been seeing here. Raham, Devin, Raven Run, Paul Masick, Ray Rico, Jonathan Washington, and hopefully I didn't miss anybody else, but those are the ones that I've been seeing on the chat. Shout out to all of you. And thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you again for joining the live stream. Super chats are available. Also, I'll try to take some phone calls later. So if you want to call the show, remember text when I put the number, text that number. Then you can call. Also, super thanks in case you want to just support the channel a little bit more. They're also available. But yo, Chris Jimenez, shout out to you. Thank you for joining. Ron, go for it. The record, loving it. Okay, we're gonna start. Look, this is a show that I sometimes gonna do live, sometimes I'm gonna do pre-recorded, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you comment down because that helps me do what is your good, bad, and ugly. And if you're here live, make sure you hit that like. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you hit that like again. That helps me a lot. Appreciate that. Okay, let's talk about the good because there was a lot of good. I'm gonna start with the defensive lineman. D-line is balling out. Big baby, not a lot of stats, but when I went back and checked some of the tape as I was looking at it, dude was getting pushed back. He was just he was getting trouble to the center. So sometimes you can see that they were doubling him, which a guy that they were not doubling. But I haven't seen a D tackle being this good for us since Arthur Jones. Arthur Jones, Marabuki. Woo, my goodness, dude is balling out. Now, another guy that was just playing out of his mind, Calais Campbell. And those three are playing great. So when you bring Wolf back, amazing, because another guy that also has been balling, stats don't show, Brunrick Washington. Dude, a guy that I was not very high on, right? I can always tell you when I made a mistake. Dude has been balling out. He has been great. So the entire defensive lineman showed up and they were amazing. But let me also expand that to the outside rusher because Bowser, one of the best games, the pass rush that I've seen from Bowser, right? Odafe Owe, everything that I said about Odafe Owe was wrong. This dude is balling out. Even in the preseason, I thought like he's this dude. No, obviously he is a guy that it needs the lights, and he just comes and balls out. He was amazing. Pressure after pressure. Actually, Houston, in my opinion, was the lesser of them, right? But he still played well. He still played well. So I love our outside rushers. Look, I tweeted about this. I said, it feels like a little dirty, being able to put pressure with 4 or 5, right? We're last couple of years we have gotten used to pressure means a blitz. Pressure without a blitz, man, that feels good. That feels good, guys. Definitely, that feels good. So the entire D lineman from the inside to the out, amazing. Okay, my other good was the corners. On the passing, they were spectacular. There was one Marlon got beat on one double move. Luck overthrew him, overthrew Sutton. But other than that, corners were amazing. The touchdown pass, look. But you know what? I ain't gonna talk about that now because I'm gonna talk about that later. Corners played really good. Defense in general played really good. The game plan on defense was solid, right? On offense, Lamar Jackson, come on. Lamar Jackson wasn't my good. Yeah, and the numbers, he wasn't as efficient, but he was trying to push the ball down. He missed Duvernay. Duvernay was wide open, but he missed it. Other than Lamar, obviously Hollywood, come on. Hollywood 3 drops, and then he comes back and does what he did, right? The catches. I love the touchdown catch, and I know everybody's talking about that. The one that impressed me the most, I think it was like a 20-something, 30-yard pass. Lamar threw it a little behind him, and either it was a safety or corner was right there, right? And the dude was like, oh, I'm going to make the pick. And Hollywood comes in front of him, snatches the ball, and keeps running to the right. That was great. That for me was more impressive than the other one. He went and got the ball because we've seen before receivers just like, oh, it's behind me. Oh, well. And then a pick happens. No, he went because that wasn't the best thrown ball. He went, snatched the ball and ran to the right, got a bunch of yak yards. Hollywood Brown was impressive. Okay, let me talk about another guy. There's a lot of good, as you can see. Mr. James Prochet. Pro. Dude. He reminded me, once he catch the ball, about well, now I'm not gonna say young Steve Smith, but when he was here, Steve Smith, dude catch the ball, he was like, nah, I'm gonna go get it. There was a third and 8 or 9, and Lamar threw him like an out route at a 6-yard, and he just grabbed him, like pushed the guy, got the first down. That happened twice. I'm loving his intensity. Love it. Love everything that Prochet has been doing. I think if you tell me right now in the receiving side, he passed over Duvernay. Yeah, I think so. So, what else saying? So Prochet, we have Hollywood playing great. Mark Andrews in the touchdown. That wasn't a touchdown. That was great play calling, by the way. And for all the BS that I'll include myself there, that we do with Giro, this was a lot of good design passes. It's 2 weeks, guys running wide open. Last week, it's Detroit, right? Detroit, they're trash. Secondary's trash, blah, 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 right? I mean, I made the argument as well. All I heard coming to this game, the Broncos have one of the best secondaries in the league. And they do. They do Simmons. They have Jackson. They have Surtain the second. I forgot the other corners, but I mean, they played well. but there were guys open. The scheming guys open. Tell me what was the last time that you saw guys getting schemed to be wide open? I don't remember. Hold on. So, and I'll put this here because I already got a text. If you want to be in the show, just text. I haven't checked the chat by the way, but you can text that number and I'll make sure I'll call you back. Okay? We have already a person in the queue. Okay. So those two receivers. Sammy Watkins had a solid game. He had a drop. That drop was not going anywhere, but still a drop. But he had a solid game. Oh, the last thing, interior O-line. Literally, I'm gonna go. Bozeman has been extreme, like he's been playing great. The left guard rotation has been pretty good. Powers got pancaked badly in one play. Seidler has been solid. McCarty has been pretty good as well. Better than I thought. And Villanova was playing well. Obviously, he left. And that's it for my good. There's a lot of good. Okay. So the bad. Let's talk about the bad in this game. Let me start with one that I still. Well, let me start with the running backs. The running backs, I was not impressed with them. Murray had one good run. It was the one for the touchdown. Other than that, I thought the running game could not get on track. There's a couple of times that Lamar gave and he should have kept. That would happen, but I was not impressed, right? I was not impressed with the running attack. Tyson Williams being benched. Tyson Williams has been the best runner, and I knew this was going to happen when they said Le'Veon Bell's like, they're going to bench Williams. And you're excited. Why? Because you can see how they had diminished their carriers, and he fumbled, right? He has fumbled. And last week against the Lions, and there was one carry. As soon as he grabbed it, he was like, and I was like, oh my God, this guy has it in his head. It's like he cannot fumble. And that means they're just pounding that into his head. He's going to get benched soon. Now, in my opinion, should he have benched? Now, Freeman should have been benched. And to be fair, I said this before and on record that I'm not a big fan of Bill on this offense. His first carry, he does he does well, which again, not to his fault. He's looking for the hole, and there was a hole right there because what the running backs in this offense is Lamar seeing the hole. And he gives you the ball. He wants you to attack the hole, not to like grab it. Let me think. No, but you think somebody's gonna hit you, right? So obviously not very big on that. Another bad that I thought is Lamar throwing the ball low. He did this 2 years ago, right? Like there was Mark Andrews, he was wide open. He had to like slide down and catch the ball. Brochet was open in another play. It was in his shoe. He couldn't grab it. There was like two more passes that he threw it down. He needs to make sure those passes go to the chest. Okay. Let me see what else is the bad. I don't remember anything more in the bad because we're gonna talk about the ugly. Okay. Well, you know what? That passing touchdown. And I watched it play 3 times, and I cannot figure like how they were setting it up. It almost felt like Jimmy Smith, because Jimmy Smith was playing tight, right near the line, and then Steven was playing a little bit with cushion. Okay, so and then Finn is in the inside, and then I don't know who the receiver was right now, and he was in the outside. So they do the crossing, right? Almost like a pick play. So if you're both playing tight, you get picked. But what I would think is as soon as the snap and they see, I think the problem is they were playing man and they didn't play as they were passing it, because what I would expect was as soon as the snap and they see that they're running like that, Stevenson comes down to protect the inside route. And then Jimmy goes behind, right, and keeps going with Fant. Well, no, Jimmy went with this guy, and then this other dude, Steven, was so behind, it was just an easy flat completion, right, for a touchdown. So, and another bad, the first quarter was just bad for us. It was like, there's no traction. After that, boom, we went for it. Okay. Okay, the ugly. Let's talk about the ugly. Then the ugly, the first one that I'm going to talk about is this stupid Fangio. What the hell is he talking about? Dude, just you take the L, and that's it. Why? I did not like the play. Will you say, Sonny, will you would have run the ball? No, I would have taken the knee because I just lost another tackle. The last thing I want to do is lose another tackle because we had nothing else, right? So point taken. But that's not his problem. If we lose another tackle, is that Fangio's problem? No. Because in theory, Fangio said like, "Oh, my guy's gonna get hurt, but let them take the yardage and go." Right? You can just say you do whatever you have to do, and we're just gonna go there. Okay? What is your problem, Fangio? Right? You're just salty, man. You are just salty. And I love Harbaugh's response. Harbaugh's like, they were going for it for a touchdown. They called timeouts. They were going for it for a touchdown. We made the pick. Anthony Aver, shout out to you. Another good. But yeah. Anyway, another ugly, and in this game wasn't as bad, but tackling. There was one play, Williams, the running back from Denver. He carried Marlowe for a while. And it was, if I remember correctly, it was a blitz through the middle. Tavon Young was there, bounce out, and then there was somebody else bounce out. Marlowe grab it. Marlowe slowed him down enough for some other big tackle, but not good. Not good at all. Okay? So, last ugly. We have a Queen problem. Mr. Patrick Queen, in my opinion, is becoming a liability. And you can see, somebody asked me on Twitter, and if the person is here, shout out to you, whoever it is. By the way, I know some of you guys are Hispanic, and you guys prefer Spanish. Because I've been getting DMs with questions in Spanish. You can always DM me with Spanish questions. So that Spanish is my first language. So obviously I feel more comfortable. So obviously the DMs are wide open for that. Anyway. And he asked me on Twitter, not on a DM, like, hey, what do you think about Patrick Queen? Do you think we have a problem? I think something like that. It's like, yes. And the coaching is telling you that. Not only you can see it in his gameplay. And look, one of the things that I get irritated the most, every time a running back goes wide and Chuck Clark tells Queen, you go wide, look at Patrick Queen's body. Like body language. He's like, oh man, really? I have to go there? But dude, if you're supposed to be fast, you're supposed to be silent to silent, you're supposed to be able to cover. And in one of those plays, they threw it to the running back. And who misses the tackle? Patrick Queens. Patrick misses the tackle. And then I think Chuck Clark popped the ball out. So it wasn't a completion. But Patrick Queen, we have a Queen problem, and this is how you know your coaches also think that. Josh Bynes. And Josh Bynes should not be playing. Patrick Queen is that guy. Josh Bynes should not be playing. Because Patrick Queen is young. Second year, he should be there every down. Middle linebackers don't come out of the field. He should be there every down. And then Malik Harrison, which is you're more down the hill, then you rotate it depending on the play. But Patrick Queen, if he's that guy, he should not be coming out. Okay? And then Josh Bynes, maybe release Harrison, right? Here and there. But no. Patrick Queen gets pulled now. I saw that from last game. In this game, from a guy that came here 2 weeks ago, older guy. I like Josh Bynes. I like him for a couple plays here and there. I like it. But I'm just shocked that the person that gets pulled is Mr. Patrick Queen. It is because they have no faith in him right now. They know it's hard for them to cover. I mean, for every middle linebacker, it's hard to cover. But body language tells you a lot. You're not interested. You need to put the work. You need to say, challenge yourself. I'm going to go and get that guy. But not only that, it's on the tackling side, which is the problem with Mr. Patrick Queen, right? PQ is not tackling well. And if you're a middle linebacker, that is your primary job, tackling. D lineman, the primary job is if they can get penetration, great, but at worst, eat that line, right? So you, Patrick Queen, so Malik Harrison, or Josh Bynes, or whoever's playing middle linebacker at that moment can come and clean. And that's why Patrick Queen's stats are always great. He has a bunch of tackles. You're like, man, but Patrick Queen, look at it, tackle, 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 tackle. It doesn't matter. I mean, you always gonna be a high tackling guy. But can you be a consistent tackler? You're not. And I like Patrick Queen, right? I love his demeanor, and I love when he gets excited every time he makes a play. But are you seeing him very excited lately? He hasn't. He hasn't. He has not been playing good. When you see a guy like him getting pulled, it's for a reason. He's in my ugly. But I would like to hear from you. What is your good, bad, and ugly? Look, Abdi Hassan. Shout out to you, man. And I haven't checked the chat, but I just saw this. Baltimore Ravens need to trade CJ Mosley back to Baltimore. CJ Mosley was way better than what Patrick Queen is. Way better. By eons. CJ Mosley was so good. The problem is CJ Mosley in the Jets has been injured. He took the year off last year, but he's been injured. But CJ Mosley, I haven't seen what he does done in the Jets, but in here, so much better. So much better than Patrick Queen's. Let me see if I can just go before I start getting calls here. Let me see. I'm gonna start from here. It seems like everything is coming together with the pass game. Lamar is progressing. Wide receiver room is better. New wide receiving coach have help, and Gio is starting to evolve his passing concept. Agree. Washington has been good. I agree with that. Donkey hat. Oh, I got it. Baltimore boy. Shout out to you. You mean the Broncos? D Miller was good guy. Hey, you let me know. How was that game? You went to Denver. So, but I'm gonna call you soon because you're the guy that's waiting here. Jonathan Washington said, and we don't even have Bateman yet. Oh my god. Oh my god, Raven Ron. Oh my god. Lamar 300 yards plus. Yes, I love it. Okay, so Graham Cracker says, help Broncos 7 points, but every comment I see is that Lamar is single-handedly carrying the team. Well, on offense, let me leave it here. On offense, Lamar did a lot, and he's been asked to do a lot, right? But the defense ball this game, the defense, what the best game so far of the year for them. So, look, Graham, Lamar will always get the biggest praise, in my opinion, and Lamar will always get the biggest blame. And that's the life of a quarterback. Make sure you listen here to the demo. Smash that like button, please. Make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let me take some other comments here. Can't believe Washington's even on the team after he got arrested. He must been killed. He was killing it in preseason. Shout out to you, Alexis Tyron. Terrence, how are you, man? Thank you for joining. Bronco, yes, they have a good secondary. Okay, so be more Raven Gunny. Sup, Sunny? Shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining the live stream. Broncos panic when they fell behind. They abandoned the run, kind of like the Ravens used to do. Yeah, I mean, the Broncos are very balanced. And let's pull these stats. Hold on. Because they might have been balanced for the. Well, I will not know because I'm not gonna open the box score right now. But yeah. So they did 17 rushes, and they did 20 more pass attempts than rushes. But I think when they were 14-7 Ravens, then they still were trying to. But once Teddy went out, I think if you can see how the Ravens defense started to crowd that line a little bit more and say, nah, we're not gonna let you run. Drew Lock, you have to beat us. So I think it's also how Wink, he changed a little bit his game plan. Yep, yes, they both play great. I'm just saying more. Hold on. I'm just saying more that Prochet, man. I like what Prochet is doing because Prochet is like Hollywood's finesse. right? Hollywood's just finesse. And Duvernay for me looks also like a finesse receiver. Watkins not also super, seeking contact. Prochet was like, F this. Give me the ball. I'm gonna get the first down. And I love it. I love it. Okay, Jonathan Washington Jr. says, I need PQ to get it together because a month into the season, he's not looking like a middle linebacker for years to come. Yeah, he's not been looking good. Just imagine how our passing will be when yeah, man. Can't wait for Bateman to come back. Nick Celano says, we need Tyson. He lying, in my opinion. How do you get carried 20 yards, Marlo? He needs to hit that weight room. No, I mean, it happens. X513, shout out to you, man. We need more rest for Bell. I want to see his impact on the passing game before we give up on. We're not gonna give up on him. And yes, I agree with that. On the passing game, I want to see more. And you know what? Bell is also a good run block. Look, again, I think should be RB3. I'm not even disputing that. You can put him RB3 and make Freeman the inactive, but not not Tyson Williams. Look, and looking here, this didn't even feel right, but Latavius Murray got 18 carries, which is weird. Usually you don't get that many carries in this offense for the running back. 18 carries, 59 yards, 3.3 per carry. That wasn't great, right? Like I said, I was not impressed with the running game. Jonathan Washington here says Lamar makes the right decision 99% of the time. It's always that one time he'll throw it up when he shouldn't. Watkins almost made that one catch. Oh, but that was great. Yeah. It was a great play on the defensive too, right? Stern, I think it's the guy's name from Broncos. He had a really good game. Electric said the ugly Ben Powers and 0 running lanes in the middle. Yeah, Ben Powers had an okay game. But yeah, he got manhandled on one. Do you miss LJ4? Oh, I do miss LJ4, but he ain't coming back this year. Electric Terror said Brandon Williams has not even getting push on run plays. I think he is, but so Denver knew their center is not great and their guards were new. And you can see in some of the plays, they were doubling Brandon real quick, right? And again, that led Marabuki one-on-one because they were also in some plays doubling Calais Campbell. But I got you. Move Queen to the. Well, I didn't even know he's gonna be a good DE. Maybe as an outside backer, maybe, but they need him so bad at the middle linebackers. We're thin right now. So I sprinkle in a couple of because there are a lot. So sorry if I missed some of yours. That's a good game. 10 tackles, 3 assists, 1 sack. Yes, yeah, man. Bell, Air, Run. Graham, I always watch every Ravens game. I'll be waking up at 1 a.m. to watch the game. And you know how if you follow me on IG, I'll do a live. But the lives on IG, by the way, I'm changing it. I'm gonna go straight to Twitter now. I'm gonna do a live on Twitter. I did it for this past game, so if you want to know my halftime thoughts, I do like a couple 3, 5, 6 minute live stream. Okay. It seems like we become the old Raiders who everybody hates. Why? I don't know, man. Because it's weird to play the Ravens, right? What it's hard to play like Lamar. Not Lamar. Bob Miller had a quote saying like, "Oh, I'm so happy we're playing the Steelers next week." Not probably because they suck, but not only because this is a traditional offense. Nobody wants to face the Ravens, right? It's harder to prepare for the Ravens. It's just unconventional. And then Lamar's gonna just go ahead and then go deep pass, and these receivers are running wide open. Like if Lamar hits that deep pass consistently, it's game over. Game over. Oh no, I ain't watching tonight's game. Sorry, man. I ain't watching today's game. My daughter's sick right now, so I need to take some rest. Our best wide receiver, Miles Boykins King, comes back this week. We'll see. I don't even think he's gonna touch the field for now. There was a play that I missed Miles Boykins. Lamar went on a stretch run, and Prochet couldn't hold whoever the corner was. I think it was Kareem Jackson, and Prochet couldn't, So that guy then let Lamar take the corner. He didn't bend the corner, and Lamar, I think it was a known game. No, I did not see Alex Collins score. I'm glad he's still in the league. He's with Seattle right now, so that's good. Okay, let me take a caller here that I have, and then if anybody else wants either super chat or call, he might.
Dímelo.
Hey man, how you doing?
What's good?
So, how was that
good?
Denver atmosphere?
Oh yeah, that place is beautiful.
Is it?
I just wish like that you could get adjusted to the altitude a lot quicker. Cause I don't know how players do it. But
Bozeman talk about it after the game. He said like that altitude, man, it's a real thing.
Yeah, it's no joke. People think it's a joke to play there. Listen, I'm fast, and I was walking slow. So
he said like especially in the later portion of the game that he felt it really bad.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So I got a couple notes. Nothing in like the flat out order of love, hate, ugly,
That's okay.
whatever.
That's okay.
But like that Jimmy and Stevens gave up that touchdown. I think they really should have just communicated right there and just say, hey, one guy stays outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab him, but that could be fixed through film.
Before you go to the next one, let me expand on that because I forgot to mention this. Stevens, he has become the Anthony. We always have one of these. He's become the Anthony Averett. People blame him for everything. I remember Anthony Averett when he was a rookie. He was a 5th-round pick, and people are blaming him because of missed coverage. I'm like, yo, he's a 5th-round pick. Obviously, he ain't polished like a Jimmy Smith or some of the other guys. Stevens, for my opinion, for being the last pick in the 3rd round, has played. Think about it. In my opinion, Stevens right now has done way more than Ferguson, which was also a late 3rd round pick. And the thing is, he's gonna miss some plays because he's a 3rd round pick. I'll criticize it, but I also acknowledge that him as a late 3rd round pick, he should not be playing as much as he's playing. But injuries, but he's putting a lot of minutes and snaps because of injuries. So let's appreciate, because I will say this, for being a raw talent, he's been fine. For thinking about he's been only a year playing corner and he's also playing safety, I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Now he's turning into a Swiss Army knife, slowly but surely. But people definitely have to have more patience with him. Because they're definitely going to blame him. If him and Jimmy are standing next to each other, he's going to get blamed over Jimmy any time of the day.
Yeah.
But honestly, in that one say, I understand the call is the call, but Jimmy could have said, hey, look, if a guy goes outside, I'm going to grab him. You stay on the inside. And that's it. So we don't get hit with a pick route, which I pretty much thought that was almost.
Well, that was the intention. Yeah, that was the intention of it.
The next one, Denver's bum-ass coach getting all upset. He's a clown for that. 100% clown. Yep. You can get as mad as you want about them running. Listen, but they didn't have to call those 3 timeouts, man.
Yep.
Well, they should have milked the clock. They should have milked the clock and took that out, and that's it. Yep. What they did was try to force that, and you have Anthony Averett grabbing a highlight reel pick on you. Beautiful pick too, because he turned around. Spotted the ball.
Well, he boxed him out. He boxed him out and took the pick.
Yeah, it was perfect technique. I was like, oh shoot. Imagine he does this shit regularly. You could turn into Juice Man.
He's a free agent next year. So, but for this year, that's fine. This year he's playing well. I like what I see for Averett. The growing pains has X513 is saying Averett has paid off. Let me expand also the Fangio thing. I know a bunch of Denver fans, and he's on the hot seat. And starting 3-0 is great, but he also knows he's playing 3 bum teams. And as the schedule gets harder, if he finished 5-12, or 8-9, he's gone, right? So, and he's a defensive player, so he feels like what Harbaugh was humiliating. And you know what? He needs to just take a chill pill. And I think it's legal in Denver, man. Just do your thing.
And not for nothing. I I feel I would, as a defensive coordinator going against the Ravens, I would feel worse if they aired me out versus running the ball on me all day. You got aired out by someone that supposedly can't pass the ball, and you're gonna have to live with that. So you got the record plus 300 yards plus thrown on you.
Yeah.
Come on, and on top of that, Lamar was not like just scapegoating it to Mandrews all day. He threw it to plus 5 receivers. Beautiful, all over, inside, outside the numbers. It was beautiful.
Yeah, no, he definitely distributed the. Yeah, he targeted Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown 4 times, 5 times Prochet, 5 times Andrew, 4 times Watkins, 3 to Duvernay.
Yeah, it's
And
like you're trying to get your guys involved. Then what was the word? Oh yeah, defenses. Listen, defenses down the road. This whole stack in the box, cover 0 crap. You run that like the first half of the game, you guys are gonna be exhausted by the end of this shit. So teams gotta like step up their cardio because it's only gonna get more intense as the team gels, the offense gels.
To
try to shut this down.
Yeah, I would say this. If we can do this more consistently now, the Ravens can pick and choose. Oh, you're gonna put eight in box. I have the speed to just burn you out.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing I will say is Lamar sometimes, when the blitz is coming, he keeps waiting. He needs to know it's coming hot.
I just think he waits too long.
Yeah, it's coming hot. I need to either throw it hot, or if I see a crease, I'll just take it out. Because if they blitz you and they're playing man, and you break that blitz in a run, you might be gone. Because everybody else is head behind the plate. So yeah.
Yeah, especially if you see pick up a blitz and you see man coverage sitting on the outside, and you're like, sometimes I'm not gonna compare the quarterback, but sometimes I wish Lamar would just throw the ball knowing the route and having the faith that the guy's gonna obviously catch it in stride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Peyton Manning was big on that. And I think quarterbacks nowadays, they don't do it as much.
What was the other one? Oh, Matabuke, man, he's cooking. I like him. As long as he doesn't get like the crazy media attention, I'm just low key hyping him up as much as possible. The late hits were dirty as fuck. I don't know why the league still ain't do anything about that. I'm disappointed that Tyus got benched. I understand the whole him fumbling, but man, I think they should have slowly acclimated Bell into it. Like, I get it, give him a couple reps here and there, but not sit this dude down like that. That destroys a player's confidence.
Yeah, I don't think Bell was a problem. I think this is where you should have benched Freeman, because Freeman has.
Freeman's only getting those like a couple handoffs and.
Yeah, he got 1 carry for 4 yards.
And what was the other one? I do like that we are winning in different ways. That was another note. We got the whole thing with Patrick Queen. This dude got way too much praise way too early, and I think it's gotten to his head. I think he needs a harsh reality. I can't even say the word. Whatever.
Reality check.
He needs a check. He needs to get checked ASAP. Because I don't care if you led the team in tackles last year. Last year's stats don't mean shit this year. Stay in front of whoever the hell you're covering. If not, it's gonna go down the road. I think draft-wise, I know we're far from that, but looking at a pure coverage middle linebacker to have, not the downhill type, just someone solid in coverage. Because if he's getting tired in year 2, I'm sorry, it's not looking good. And our third down defense. Jeez, we got to get the boys off the field. Like, giving them first downs like there's no tomorrow, it sucks.
Well, but this week, our third down defense played fairly well. Our third down offense, I agree with you. I forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, that was they were like 1 of 19 or some shit.
Oh my goodness, it was bad.
Oh, my last point is I'm loving the angles that always getting now.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell he's definitely listening to the older dudes, and his technique is just getting better. But the angles he's taking, he's slowly but surely just obliterating the tackles and just winding in there. He's building that confidence. I like him. I like the way he's going with that. But I'm only disappointed. I will not be making it for Monday's game versus the bum ass Colts because it's a Monday night. So I'll have to wait till the following week. But I'll be there in spirit.
Oh, so you're not going to? Oh, that's right, because that was one of the tickets that you didn't get.
Yeah, I didn't get that one because I was like, I don't need to see Carson Wentz die in person. Like if I wanted to see his funeral, I would have went to Philly games. But
I hate all the primetime games. I'm gonna tell y'all right now because I had to wake up 1 a.m. And then this week, for the first time in a while, I have a Monday off, right? Because of the holiday. And I remember there was a primetime game.
What holidays on Monday?
What is
different. My bad. I'm like, wait, I don't know. I'm not
Indigenous Day. Indigenous Day. Columbus / Indigenous Day. But anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, Sunday night, and then I'm like, oh, it's Monday. Because if it was Sunday night, I can wake up at 1, watch the game. Next day, I don't have to worry about going to work. Nah. So,
no, you can't win. You can't win.
Can't win.
But I appreciate you for letting me call in, man. And yo, everyone hit that like button. I haven't.
Dandima, thank you. Thank you.
Man. Stay safe.
Yes, take care, bro.
All right. Bye.
Okay, let's take one last call that I have here in the queue.
Hey, Sonny.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. So all I wanted to talk about was so I just want to talk about Queen and Marlon Humphrey specifically.
Okay.
So, do you think it's okay to call Queen a bust?
No. Yeah, and you, if you see me, I've been very careful calling him a bust. I don't think he's a bust. He's a second-year player. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been trash, but he hasn't been good. I think if you say, Sonny, give Queen a letter grade, I think he's like a C+ right now. He has his moments, and he's great blitzing. I don't know if he's going to be good on the edge, like people are saying, but he's definitely good on disguising blitzing and coming downhill at a blitz. And he's fairly good sniffing the screen pass, because when he knows where he's going, he explodes the ball. The problem is he doesn't know where he's going half of the time. Bust would be too harsh of a word, I think. But what I would have expected for him is he wouldn't be making the same mistakes that he was making last year. And that's my problem with Queen.
Yes. You hit the nail on that. And about Marlon Humphrey and Anthony Averett, do you think it'd be crazy to say that Anthony Averett has out Marlon? Because I tweeted that, I got a lot of heat for it.
Can you repeat it? Because I lost you for a moment.
Do you think it'd be crazy to say that Anthony Averett has outplayed Marlon Humphrey so far this year? Just this year, and I got a lot of heat for it.
Yeah, I think it's easy to get caught in the moment because Averett has 2 picks. Averett has played really well. You don't see Marlon as much. If you think about it in the game, you're seeing Averett way more than you see Marlon Humphrey. And the reason is because teams don't throw much to Marlon Humphreys right now. Not only because of the coverage kill, it's also when the receiver cuts the ball, they know he's trying to make the fumble happen. So I will disagree with your point, but I see what you're saying. What happened with Averett is he's elevating his game, and he's playing really well. And then that is allowing us to keep playing the same type of defense that we usually play, which is bump and man defense, right? And that's also allowing us not to have Jimmy Smith playing basically 90% of the snaps on the outside. Jimmy has been rotated in and out and picking their spots with Jimmy, which is perfect. So Averett has been a great surprise. Look, 2 years ago, I think is when I started this channel. And back then, when people were killing Averett, I said, like, no, Averett has been good. He's missed some plays, but again, fifth round pick, he is gonna miss some plays. You need to see the growth, and you see growth. Avery has not missed too many plays this year, which is great. But it will come, right? And it comes for every corner. But yeah, right now I would say Avery has been playing in a solid B plus. Marlon's still, I think, playing in an A level. Um, but yeah, I can see your point though. I don't think it's crazy saying it, but it's kind of crazy.
Oh, and one more thing. So next
Okay.
year, Peters' contract runs out.
Yes, at the end
What
of
do you,
next year.
huh?
At the end of next year, yes.
And next year, what do you have to say about? Would you be fine with letting him walk?
Well, the problem is who's replacing him. You don't have that guy.
We don't, but like this goes back to Anthony Averett. I think I'm not gonna say that he's gonna play like play as good as Marcus Peters, but I'll say he could be like a Bryce Callahan like level corner if he's like on the same level as around like Bryce Callahan, Marshawn Lattimore, that tier. I think I'd be totally fine with letting Peters walk.
Okay, so if you have Averett, then you can consider letting Peters walk. The problem is, if I'm not, I said it in the call before, if I'm not mistaken, Averett is a free agent at the end of this year. And if he's a free agent at the end of this year, you're probably not going to sign him. If he keeps playing at the level he's playing, he's going to command a lot of money. And then you are back into, you may draft next year a corner. And if you think that corner's ready, I think what happens is or Marcus Peters, we might keep him, but he's gonna be in a reduced salary because now he's gonna be in the 30s, right? So at that point you might be able, because right now he's making 15. So maybe back next contract, if you keep him, he can make it in the sevens. And then if he's in the sevens, you're like, okay, this is not bad. And then again, draft a guy to groom for him, right? Like maybe you can keep Marcus Peters here for like a year or two, and then you can have that other guy coming up.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, man.
No problem. Take care, bro. Anytime. Okay. So a couple of things here. Remember tomorrow, AFC North Talk, which should be a fun one. 5:45 p.m. Eastern. By the way, we're trying to do a couple of things. Yours truly here. Wait. If Avery gets around 7 or 8, especially if you can work, maybe Tavon Young's not here next year, you might be able to keep him. I just think Avery might get Avery, if he gets playing the same level he's playing, I think he probably commands 10 plus because corners are so valuable in this league. And remember, Lamar Jackson has not been signed, and you need to sign Lamar Jackson. Anyway, tomorrow, 5:45 p.m. Eastern, AFC North Talk should be a fun one. We'll see what happens. We're going to be talking with Steelers lost, the other two teams won. Obviously, that right there makes it fun. But come join us. We're trying to work some stuff to bring new stuff to you guys. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good episode. So make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel here, subscribe to the channel AFC North Talk, and then hit that bell. That way, when we come live, and also here. Okay. Anyway, thank you for coming again. Shout out to everybody here. I see Muhammad here. I said my guy, Make the Dog, Dix 9876. And more. You guys, awesome. Thank you for coming. Make sure you hit that like as you way out. And if you can, before you leave, put a comment down and say, what was your good, bad, and ugly? We'll see you next time. Peace out.